G'day friends and fans, welcome to Tabletop News. I'm your host, the author David Applegate, author of the books The Boyhood of Cade, Power Games, Into the Elves Bound, and The Erotic Tales from the Empire. Please and thank you to please support the channel and thank you to all those who have. You can join them through scanning the QR code on the screen that will bring up my link tree. All my links are in the link tree, or you can wait until the end of the show for more details. First up, we have the Bundle of Holding. It's my favourite site, not sponsored. Stillfleet. 8 tabletop role-playing space adventures. You have it split into the starter collection, $9.95, with the core, and the bonus collection. It's a far future science fiction tabletop role-playing game from Stillfleet Studio about exploring the ruined spacecraft. These are hulks and inhabitable Earth-like planets cut off from contact with Terra for decades or centuries in some cases. There's miners, explorers. The worshipful company of Stillfleeters known as the Code. Their base is mysterious alien space station nicknamed a spindle, kilometers long sea slug made of unadulterating black stone. The spindle shot through space-time gates that lead to inhabitable worlds. Flexible grid system. You can play sentient species. All right. $9.95 gets you both titles in a starter collection, retail of $34 DRM3. Pay the threshold price of $20.77 or more, and you get the entire bonus collection of 3 more titles, worth an additional $44. The core rulebook, a political charged cosmic fantasy at its weirdness, and nanotechnology for Stillfleet, the subtle fluid. Embedded in the blood suspensions of ancient Teferian nanites. Gain superhuman abilities. Thanks to nanotech items in your bloodstream. Smart blood! Alright, level up, which I always recommend to do, and get the Kudaida, the espionage-themed Stillfleet Gazetta. Purginations, mini adventures, 8 genre hopping mini adventures, and a full-length Hulk adventure for Stillfleet Sleeper in the Sky. Go forth, young man, and explore. Next up, we have the Wild Sea. The Wild Sea, one price gets you the end. Gets you this collection, $19.95, and you get the Wild Sea Bundle, a weird fantasy tabletop role-playing game from Mythworks, set in a world overrun with greenery. 3 centuries ago, the tide of rampant growth overwhelmed the world's empires, and now chainsaw-driven ships cut across the Verdancy, a dense forest canopy of toxic iron-rooted trees. You are the ascenders of the beaten and downtrodden and genocided by plants. Death by plants, eh? $19.95 gets you the entire collection. The Wild Sea, a post-fall fantasy of a rampant ocean of verdant green. And 2 source books, Storm and Root, a major expansion for new shipbuilding and ship gardens. Was what it says. Grow fruit and vegetables in clay pots on your ships. And 2 scenarios, the one-armed scissor and the red right hand. One has you investigating an overdue ship, and the other noises aboard yours. Yo ho ho. Next, we go off into the weird and the wild, sticking with fantasy, the old school fantasy tabletop role-playing game, Weird and Wild, the entire collection, the Feral collection for 1995. This is an all-new Weird and Wild bundle, presents Weird and Wild, another weird fantasy role-playing sourcebooks from Charles Avery at the Feral Indie Studio and Wet Game Inks. You should at least recognize Wet Ink Games. That's right. Old school revival. Dungeon crawl classics. That's right. 1995 gives you 6 complete old school supplements in the Feral collection. Into the wild, weird and wild. Weird. All right. Beyond the reach of the roads, past the scope. Oh, wait. I forgot to do a quick sound check. I'm sorry. Sorry. I should have done this earlier, but just want to pop off to the side and actually hear myself so I know that I'm not wasting your time. But, of course, if I am, I can't hear myself. That's because I had my volume too low. Because now, yeah. Sorry, it's just some of the platforms have I actually contacted them all about my audio issues, and some actually come back and says, yeah, you're not the only one. So there you go. Some people don't have audio issues, of course. That's because some people have apparently supercomputers. Apparently, if you don't have a fast enough connection or something, you can have audio dropouts. Great. So I've got to even spend even more money on a wee bit of speed. Money I don't have currently. All right. Into the weird. Weird, right? Beyond the reach of the roads. Past the scope of mortals. There is the shadowed tree line. No one dares cross. This is not the woods of peaceful Fae, but of the dark and twisted children's tales that keeps you full of terror. Terror, I say. Oh, terror in the heart. It is the world of fear, madness, and bloodshed, ruled by ancient, uncaring trees. There's no bargaining with these primal forces, as you have nothing they could ever want. In fact, that's not true. You have blood and bone. You know what makes trees grow, right? You ever heard the term corpse wood? Into the Weird and Wild incorporates the weird and terrifying wilderness into any old school revival role-playing game. If you prefer sweeping darkened landscapes of forest and mires to the well-trodden cobblestones of dungeons, look no further. Travel into the wilderness with wilderness survival, random tables and locations, and more. The woods do not care for you. Axeman. Into the Sesson Citadel. The city eats people. Pork pie, anybody? Anybody getting that reference is a well literary, well read indeed. All right. The roads beyond counting, buildings that block the very sun, a city that stretches without measure, with secrets without number, A sprawling metropolis built on the bones of cities long forgotten. It's colourful and chaotic, deadly and unforgiving. It's ruled from the glittering spires above by the nobles, demigods of flesh made gold. Below, terrible things, royal with hunger beneath the cobblestone streets. Terrifying old city for old school fantasy. The city, the traffic, step-by-step guides, tools for generating unique urban factions, shops, and more. Evox. An underworld bent to the maniacal will of the Sun King. By the grace of Solace, all shall be welcome. By the will of Solace, all shall be equal. By the hand of Solace, all will be saved. And so the night shall not consume us. Of course, that's a broken promise of a dead civilization. Hey, well, the spelling of death for an entire civilization for half a millennium. This world remains sealed. What lurks in the dark? System neutral mega dungeon of forgotten histories and disasters. 250 plus rooms. Table ready RPG. With over 50 distinct areas. The vast in the dark has expanded. There is no escape. The sky is black. A tectonical rumbling can be heard. The ruins sprawl, their shapes incoherent and puzzling. A sea of colorless sands stretches into darkness, and titanic pillars that disappear impossibly into the lightless sky. This is the vast, a liminal world, far from our own, always waning and on the verge of collapse. Like Stellar Blade. Its crumbling ruins hide countless lost souls and alien treasures. Small societies and factions have cropped up, attempting to survive and stay sane. Remain sane, sorry. Originally published in 2020, system-neutral exploration of a setting of an alien wasteland with twisted megastructures. No prep, 34 artifacts, spells, and more in the poisoned land. As the gods demand, these hands offering supplication are imbued with fervor. As the gods demand is another system-neutral deconstruction of divine powers and deities. Rather than treating gods and their power as class-based rewards for living up, this is divine power, something that can be willed and earned by anybody. Walk the path of a cleric or zealot. What's the difference? Find out, I guess. And see what the faithful are willing to do to earn the gods' favor. And they cried, "Monster!" Are the monsters the ones you hunt or the ones you serve? Again, system neutral, based on stories like Hellboy, Witcher, and Mushishi, World-weary hunters track monsters, uncover the reasons these creatures are attacking, and face the ethical dilemma of protecting humanity or the monsters. Feel like a hunt? I say this would be a jolly good fun for a couple of weekends. Jolly good fun. Speaking of jolly good fun, did I say fun? I meant terror. There's the Mockborg! The Mockborg, the Pirate Borg, and Cyborg robots, the English version of the Swedish role-playing game from Occult or Masteries, published by Free League Publishing It's a doom metal album cover RPG. Pay the basic price, you scutterborn scum. $9.95 gets you 4 titles in the Mork collection. But pay the threshold price, $25.20, and you scumbags will level up and get the entire Borg collection. You too can be a Borg. Be a Mork, and you get the Mork Borg Choral, with a GM screen and 2 volumes of community content, Free Tory and Cult Heretic. But if you want to be a Borg like the rest of us, level up and get the Cyborg Choral. No infested doomsday RPG about cybernetic misfits and punks raging against the corporate hell. Or be a pirate Borg, a scurvy-ridden RPG inspired by history, fantasy, horror, and rum. And the Morkborg icon, a cursed or blessed item from the gods themselves. Next up, we have the Shield Maidens, a high-tech neo-Viking tabletop role-playing game. The core rulebooks, the beast, airy, and scenarios from Mongoose Publishing. One price, $19.95, gets you the collection. Unpriced gets you the training manual, Daughters of Freya, Raise Your Shields, Data Forge, stuff on trolls, Spriggan, Hula, and other deadly adversaries, and Tales of Yggdrasil, 5 scenarios that rage across the 9 realms. Raise your shields, ladies, and those who identify as such. After all, it's the far-fetched future. Who said you can't get chopped up into little bits and reassembled as a woman? And speaking of chopped up into little bits and reassembled, Patreons gather one and all to join Future Fantasy, a homebrew science fantasy setting, D6 tabletop role-playing from Marl. Everything that all my vids, maps, got some maps, artwork, and of course over 100 RPG articles. But you know what? There is the Drive-Through RPG, the largest, the mega RPG superstore. Download superstore, that is. First up, we have the Grozny Devilaria collection for the Call of Cthulhu. A group of investigations and NPCs for you to explore the unfathomable insanity, the mysterious cosmos of the great old ones. There's a bunch of investigations here, all bundled together at a massive discount. 40% off regular price for the entire bundle. And this is one of the popular bundles on the site. Next up, we have the Book of Masteries for the D100 or D100 Lite system. This book brought to you by Black Oath Entertainment. Does come as a PDF. It does actually come in book form. This is the expansion for Keir Netheris into the Midnight Throne. Players can find a plethora of new options for their characters. Adapt, of course, D100 is an adaptable system to D6, D10, and of course even D20 systems. Everything you need to explore and expand the capabilities of your characters and add to the fantasy. This one thrives between the balance and is being rebalanced and reimagined for a Forge of Souls. Though it may not be ideal for every character, there are powers for everyone here. 5 new abilities, as well as a total of, each character, each tier for over 100 new abilities. So there is a lot to digest there. But as I said, stop by, consider supporting the channel. I have more, of course. Thank you for watching. And please like, share, and subscribe. All my links are in the link tree, or check out the description below in Rumble and YouTube. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you've got something for me to promote, let me know. Bye for now. All my social media links are also in my link tree.